If you do not want to change, if you do not want to better yourself, if you do not want to break outside of this matrix, if you want to live in your comfortable delusion that they have built for you, do not watch these videos. Leave this channel.
Because when I step to the game, I rip that shit apart. My evolution with the Gyarados, magic carpet, and I ain't finished shopping to the whole world is in my cart. When you fucking with me, you choose a role and play your part.
Something that's outside of your own mind and accept others' minds and opinions and the way they think for themselves. You do not belong.
I'm trying as hard as I can against all of the odds.
If you are not trying to be positive, if you are not trying to help create solutions while we discuss the problems and how they got here, you do not belong here. Negativity, hate, disrespect, name calling, those things will not be allowed here on this platform, and not in this empire. We are the ones, the true Americans, that want to be free and stand as we have always stood.
My lines burn like blunts getting smoked in the dark. Hella cooking shit up if your ass wanna spar. Barbecue your beef up like the seats in my car. Cool yourself up, refrigerator a jar. Baby rappers they not like this is not an art. You forgot about that part. Lady rappers been acting like this is not an art. You forgot about
that part. We back again. You never know where we gonna start or end. And guess what? We're here together with all our friends. Hopefully everything is working out for you. You had a good day. Shout out to everybody that put in that overtime and put in that work. You have a job, you know, you make the world go around. It doesn't go without you. This is something that we have to appreciate. All right. Without you, there is no store. All right. Awesome. You know, I don't think we touched on the topic as much as I wanted to yesterday. It's pretty sad that we're actually at a point to where we have to discuss, is there a war against America right now? Everything out there in the world is so anti-American that Americans are becoming anti-American. This is where a lot of our problems are coming from. Us as Americans, we're not doing what we need to do to make the rest of the Americans around us feel comfortable. Like we're headed in a direction, a common direction. There's a huge disconnect in our society at the moment. And I can't tell if it's because people are willingly falling into these things or if they are just blatantly oblivious to what's actually happening around them. It's hard. It's really hard to it's really hard to express yourself in this world at the way it is now. People are looking for reasons not to understand you. People are looking for reasons to differ and bicker and argue and complain and not work together. They're looking for excuses. Okay? I wish that wasn't the case, but they are looking for excuses. Say fuck it. They're looking for excuses so they don't have to have accountability for the choices that they've made. And the choices that you make is the reason why your life is the way it is. And this is one of the problems here. Nobody wants to admit that the choices that they made is the reason why their life is the way it is. And there are some people in the world that literally got dealt a bad hand. Okay? But that doesn't mean you can't make the most of it. When I say that, I'm talking about people with true disabilities that are born with true disabilities. They are at a disadvantage. But if you're a normal person, a good old average Joe, that's just not applying yourself, you got to take accountability. There's no getting around that. Um, I do apologize. A lot of people don't want to hear this. Nobody really wants to hear that. Wow, we're not taking accountability as the individual on the individual level. They don't want to hear that. But that's the actual truth. And when we start taking accountability on the individual level, we see the person across taking accountability. It makes us say, you know what? Let me take accountability too. And it's like, it has to spread. We have to spread the accountability. All right. That means it has to start somewhere. Somebody has to be accountable first. And it's going to have to be somebody everybody's looking up to that has made mistakes. They need to step up, admit to their shit, and take accountability. But how can we start taking accountability if we don't have anybody to mirror, right? So who in this famous world, right? Who is going to take accountability first? Who's going to truly step up and be like, you know what? I did some things that I shouldn't have done, and I just want to go ahead and take accountability for this, even if I have to go to jail or whatever. You know, I just hope America finds it in their heart to forgive me and to understand that there's a lot of pressure on these people up here to do certain things that are against America's interest. Can somebody just come out and admit it? Can somebody step up? Hey, yo, shout out, what up, Yeti? Of course it doesn't say the emperor in my channel. Nah, because this is the empire. Like, what we're doing here, we're trying to come up with solutions. We have a couple too, but just to keep it on this real note, like, we're having a lack of accountability. You feel me? And this hurts the whole community, because if that one person, right, that's running the company, right, the factory that's employing the town, if that person that's running the factory fucks up, you don't think that's gonna shake the whole town? You don't think that's gonna trickle downhill? Like, whoa, hey, guy running the factory, we're gonna need you to be on your T's, your Q's, dot those I's and shit. We gonna need you to step up. Hey, yo, what up? You trying to get up here? See him? You trying to get up here? Because right now, I think there's a war on America. And I think you understand what I'm talking about. I'll drop the link for you. You feel me? Because this one right here, I mean, dude, I think they're gaslighting society against itself. The American culture is being tested. And, like, are we going to let these crazy motherfuckers, like, you know, are we going to let them trick us out of our shit? Like, what? Are we kids on the playground? Yeah, hey, can I play with your basketball? And then that nigga takes it home. Like, nigga, what? Like, get your ass back over here. Hey, that's my ball, homie. Run that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're just gonna let them take our shit. And that's where I'm at. I feel like people is just ready to let them take our shit. They're trying to punk us and make us feel guilty. Oh, you're racist if you don't let them have it. They're less fortunate. Nigga, what? How are they less fortunate when they got way more countries and way more space that follow the same rules they follow? See, there's only like 2 places in the world where you're safe as a gay person, right? And I keep bringing this up specifically because these people, they don't even realize, like, them hating on America as one of their last safe havens and Israel. Those are the last 2 places you could be like gay and walk around and be like free and shit. Like, you can't do that in all these other countries. I don't understand what why they think it's happening like that. You see what I mean? It's not a thing. So that's where I'm at with it. Like we need to wake the fuck up. Like how look, bro. Like even Shoe on Head is roasting, and now they're trying to do some shit. Fucking woke 2.0, nigga. What, bruh? Look, go back to sleep, man. Didn't nobody turn that alarm clock. Just sit the fuck down, bro. These motherfuckers is crazy, bro. Like I got some little short shit, like just some little fucking short shit. Hold on, I got a few shorties. Oh man, the Zoran Mondani shit from 9 months ago was crazy. It looks just like news today right now. It has not changed a bit. This shit though. I dropped the link for the people y'all want to come up. Scared and shit.
Some really wild video here. Chaos at the border of Spain's North African enclave in Morocco. This is a city called Ceuta. You're watching as thousands of migrants break through the fence and completely overwhelm the border police. Their video showing huge groups of people, mostly young military-age guys, cramming into inflatable tubes or arriving on shore in other ways, some of them wading in the water as they break through the gates to get to the other side. Sandra, this is reminiscent of kind of what we saw during the open border during the Biden administration through 2021, 2024, kind of similar to what we saw in Del Rio back in 2021. The socialist agenda, their platform literally says they want to abolish borders, abolish immigration enforcement, have complete freedom of movement. This is what it looks like in another country if they get what they want. Notice there is no resistance from the government whatsoever. These people are coming in without any obstruction. And if people don't know, Spain has a very left-wing government. Earlier this year, they did a big amnesty program for over 1 million illegal immigrants living in the country. They had 1.3 million illegal immigrants apply for that amnesty program between April and June. So that's what we call a pull factor, Sandra. They're looking for something like that. They know if they can just get their foot in the country, maybe someday that left-wing government will do another amnesty program. And you were just reading some of the wires. The locals want an emergency declaration. It sounds like
the ministry is saying no, and they will not deploy military to the border.
Apparently, they don't think this is an I mean, look at this. This is a total free-for-all.
It does feel like we are looking at a few years ago when you're reporting at the border here in the United States. This is happening right now. This story is breaking right now, and you're not just talking about hundreds, thousands of migrants are pouring over the borders as we speak.
Yeah, and again, I mean, just look here. Do you see any women or children? I mean, most people would call these folks so-called asylum seekers. These are all young guys just flooding into the country and overwhelming what, if any, border there is. It looks like there's just kind of a small barbed wire fence or something like that. But you can see the Spanish government is caught completely off guard here, and you have thousands of these men. I mean, it literally looks like, you often hear the word invasion, but it literally looks like one here. Look at that. I mean, you see the border fence there. They're all just going around it. And again,
the head of Spain's civil guard is calling this absolute chaos. In a brand new interview, he said, quote, "It's not possible to give precise numbers, but there are thousands of migrants crossing right now." He added that the border has totally collapsed, quote unquote.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it. And for folks who don't know where this is a small Spanish city, autonomous in North Africa. It's actually in Morocco, but it does have Spanish autonomy. It's called Ceuta. So this isn't on the mainland of Spain, but these images, we've been looking at them on social media all morning. It's just stark to see that there is no resistance whatsoever. I mean, at least in Del Rio back in 2021, when those 20,000 Haitians were crossing the river, similar images to this, you had some border patrol there. You had Texas DPS there trying to stop them. Here in Spain, there is absolutely nothing stopping these folks from wading ashore and climbing the fences. And Sandra, look at that in the background. I mean, there are thousands upon thousands of these men just flooding the country.
And there are reported deaths as well of some of those that are crossing over by water. We're going to be on this. We're going to have brand new details as this story develops. We'll have those for you shortly. Be sure to like and...
Yeah. All right, Fox. All right. Nah. When the video's going, you ain't going to hear me too well sometimes. I don't want to yell and shit. I do have my mic settings a certain way, though. No lie. Shit. I'm working on some shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this border shit right here, this is Spain. That was happening in Spain. And the thing about that is the sadness. I mean, Spain is such a beautiful country, and now that they're going completely left wing, it's making them look like a bunch of jerks. Like, for real. It's pretty bad over there. This was the other one as well. This one was a little longer, but
There's a reason the top creator.
shit. They hit me with the commercial. My bad. I'm not paying for YouTube
Hago el
yet.
movimiento, ¿vale? Ya que mucha gente
Estoy intentando hablar con una de estas personas que estaban
Bro. All right, so the White House is turning up. They're basically saying, like, if Spain is doing this, right, it's making America look bad. How? Because subliminally, if all these other countries are just letting the world just fall apart, like, look at America. You see the amount of pressure America is under to actually try to have some sort of standards, man. This is my problem. They don't want America to have any standards at all. You feel me? Like, I hope that us as Americans, we let people know that we're not just going to let them do what they want when they come to our house. All right? This is a part of our culture. Like, we understand what's right and what's wrong, and we not finna just let anybody do any old thing. Yeah, my bad. I mean, I got a nigga nose. I'm blacker than most people. Real talk. It is what it is. I can't hate, man. I can't hate. I just don't sound like the rest of them because my mind is, I don't know, better, I guess. I work on it. Spain, though. Yeah. Okay, well, how Spain makes us look bad is if they're just letting whoever come over the border and they're a part of the United Nations and like, or NATO or whatever, it makes America look bad when we're not just letting our streets get flooded because they're trying to make it seem like it's okay. You know what I'm saying? And like, there's not going to be any consequences for that. And what that does politically, it makes America look like, oh, we're bigoted and all these other things. It makes us, it's trying to make us look racist, but we're not. We're not racist. We're just conservative and we are traditional over here in America. That's something that I want to mention. Traditional here in America. All right. We have a way of wanting to maintain the Constitution. We have constitutional rights, all right? The pursuit of happiness, liberty, and life. And these are things that should not be taken away from anybody. But if you're rocking a religion or if you're a part of a group that is saying, okay, well, you don't deserve the pursuit of happiness, you don't deserve life, or, you know, you don't deserve liberty. Once this is getting treaded upon, we have our Second Amendment so we can defend ourselves. It's one of those things, especially from the government. If they try to switch up on us and try to take our guns and shit like that, no, we have a right to oppose that shit. But Americans, I don't know, I think we're a little bit weak. I think we're getting a little pussy. I think everybody is big shit talking and not really with it. They ain't moving like that. And if they was moving like that, you already know, like, okay, there's gonna be some shit, right? There's gonna be some shit, right? Because we gotta turn up on their asses. We can't play with these motherfuckers. This is a totally different game that they stepped into when they crossed that fucking border. This is our fucking house. You feel me? And if we just let these motherfuckers do what they want, how that make us look? We gotta straighten all this shit out. They finna go hit a big ass lick. Right here. White House wait. I saw Anna Kelly right there. Let me see his jacket. All right. White House Principal Duty Press Secretary Anna Kelly echoes U.S. President Donald Trump's prior warnings of what is that right there? Enabling mass migration. You see what I'm saying? So they're condemning this shit. Like, dude, like you're getting everybody hyped up like America should be doing that. Hell no, we don't want all these people just running over our fucking border. Are you crazy? There's kids that sleep at night on the other side of that border. Like, we're definitely not trying to let the boogeyman in. Are you kidding me? I mean, everybody's complaining about all this trafficking and stuff like that. But if we let people just run over here in our borders and they don't have our same beliefs and they're not going through our legal system, that means they don't care about our laws. What do you think they're going to do to our communities? What do you think they're going to do to our people? Do you think you're going to be safe when you close your eyes? That's the question we need to ask. Because if we can't trust them to come in the right way, how can we trust them to put our lives in their hands when we close our eyes at night? This part is the part that's what makes me feel a little uneasy about it. Because you know who I am and where I live, but I don't know nothing about you. You could just come over here. You can't even speak English to me. And bruh, like this is already a bad mix. This is already all bad. All right. So, look, other countries, Spain and other countries adopted this bullshit, right? It should immediately reverse course or what? Risk their own demise. Exactly. That's what we're talking about this whole time. This is the psyop right here. This is the psychological part where they're trying to gaslight us into thinking it's okay to open up our shit. No, it's not okay to open up our shit. That's like opening up your door to your house. Just open it up wide and just let whatever wildlife and whoever just wants to walk by, put a little sign right there saying, all's welcome. Bro, do you think you're going to be able to get some sleep? Do you think you're going to be able to get some sleep? No, you're going to have to close the door, take the sign down, turn the lights out, so people know you're not fucking with that right now. See, this is the part they're forgetting. They have to have an on-off switch, especially at the border. Come on, man. This is simple. But damn, man, this is sad too. Like, all right, Thursday, they requested that a national emergency be declared after 2,000 immigrants crossed the border over the last 10 days. Interesting.
Madre mía, Guillo. Rajándose con la concertina por la espalda. No deja de ¡Vamos!
Did you guys see? They're all wearing hijabs and shit. Yeah, that's in Spain, though. Spain doesn't have ice. Bye-bye, Spain. That's how I see it. Spain doesn't have ice. But, man, ICE would be having a field day at that border, bruh. Shit. ICE would be having a field day, bro.
Vemos en estos momentos cómo se está llegando a gente, rescatando a gente que lo estaría pasando, que estarían pidiendo auxilio aquí en la zona. Y detrás de esta tremenda imagen de todas estas personas bajando, saltando y tocando.
All right, the president Juan. Wow. Trying to bite somebody's name, bro. Definitely not calling you that. Juan. All right, anyways, formally requested that Spanish Prime Minister Pedro declare a national emergency and assist with the crisis. Well, how y'all gonna open up the border and then call it a national emergency? I'm confused, man. Who does this? This is crazy. This is why we have to fix this shit, man. These guys are. Look at this guy's face. Do you think he's telling the truth, or do you think he's in trouble? He's trying to talk his way out of it. That's funny. He looked like he is like shit in a shithole trying to get out of that real quick. All right, they got some tweets over here. All right. Okay. Media response. Mobilizing necessary resources, working with Moroccan and international authorities, preparing necessary measures to restore normalcy as soon as possible. Whatever that means. What? Didn't say to get these dudes off the street. Did not say that at all. So that's the trigger. See, look at that. Look at that. Just drop it. Just drop it. Let me out. Look at that. North African nations. And you know, when it's North African nations, that already got took over by Islam. So Islam is just invading all these countries. All they're saying.
We begin this hour with incredible scenes out of northern Africa in Morocco, where thousands of migrants have broken through border fences in Spain, overwhelming authorities at the breakwater. So footage shows thousands of migrants swimming from the Moroccan side at the Spanish enclave of Ceuta using inflatable tubes and running through the city's gates. The authorities there were powerless to stop it. So state television is reporting that about 2,000 to 3,000 people had crossed the border. So for context, here's a map of the area. And this is a little misleading because of the colors here, but there is a huge body of the Mediterranean separating Ceuta and northern Morocco and the southern parts of Spain and Gibraltar. So there's about a 12 to 14 kilometer gap there. Nevertheless, Ceuta is a part of Morocco, but it's actually Spanish land. It's a Spanish enclave, and that's where the focus is this morning. So the government has asked Madrid to deploy its army and close the border with Morocco now. There's been a strong reaction overnight from Spain's Prime Minister, Pedro Sanchez. He said on social media, the government of Spain is fully committed to providing an immediate response to the situation in Ceuta. We are mobilizing all necessary resources, working with Moroccan and international authorities and preparing the necessary measures to restore normalcy as soon as possible. Italy's Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, who has pursued a hard line on immigration at home, also responded saying Italy will not stand by and watch. We are convening the relevant bodies, and following these meetings, we are prepared to intervene with extraordinary measures to defend the borders and the safety of citizens, including the suspension of the Schengen area with Spain. There's been reaction from Reform's leader Nigel Farage in the past few hours, who's weighed in on the footage, posting this reaction on X.
It's time to wake up, everybody. No, I really mean it. Sadly, the Tories failed us, Labour have failed us. Believe me, unless we get a reform government, those scenes you're seeing in Spain today, many of those young men, lots of them dangerous, will be heading towards Calais and coming to our country too.
Some really wild video here. Chaos at the border of Spain.
So this was the first one. That was the second one. We watched them both. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up real quick. Because I got a couple of these other ones over here. These are pretty good. Next week, we're going to be starting our other citizen legislation. But I just want to chill for today and tomorrow for the rest of the week. I open up the panel, come up, it doesn't matter. You don't have to have your camera on or nothing. We'll turn up and shit. You already know what time it is. Today we just chilling. Talking about, is there a war against America right now? Is everybody against America? They even got the Americans gaslit. You know what I mean? Saying, hey, we don't like America either. Yeah, let's tear it down. Like, who does that? Like, like, we need to fix the house real quick. Let's get the house in order, because I think there's some people that's missing the bigger picture. They're not seeing what is in front of them. And right now, we have the whole world falling apart around us, and we're going to be the last thing standing here. We're going to be the last thing that they see. This is the last safe place. Look at all the Americans out there. We got it pretty good. Even the ones living on the street got it pretty good. That's the truth. Even the ones on the streets are living pretty good, because they have a way and a means. Their government does provide, and there's different things that are out there, housing and stuff like that. So even the lowest of the low here in America are, mediocre compared to a lot of other places. This is something we need to take appreciation of. All right. And we need to look back at America and be like, hey, you know what? There's something here. There's something here. And we have the makings of something that's beautiful. And the people that came here for the World Cup, they really saw that America is legit. And we, as Americans, we love new people. We love hanging out with people. We love being around people. You know how it is. We be having a good time. But there's something in the air that's been trying to turn us against each other. And we used to be so close when we were younger. All of us, the whole neighborhood, the stores, everybody. We used to be tight. We could literally go anywhere in the country and you will be fine. There will be a way. And there's something that we lost there. And that's what I'm trying to bring back. Yeah, there's a war on America. Because America is something that's greater than all these other nations. We showed them that, right? That so many people have been trying to take it over. Warp our minds in different ways. And the most beautiful part is how people can see the goodness that's out there. All right, so let's do some of this right here.
It's time for Lefties Losing It, and it's been a while since we featured AOC in this segment. Let's rectify that. Here is the diabolically ill-informed young socialist campaigning for a communist, Zoran Mamdani. Hope you've got your earplugs handy, because it's about to get real screechy.
Jews escaping Holocaust, Black Americans fleeing slavery and Jim Crow, Latinos seeking a better life, Native people standing for themselves, Asian Americans coming together in Queens, in Brooklyn, in the Bronx, in Manhattan, in Staten Island.
Oh, wow. Now, AOC was also keen to trumpet how sane she is, how sane the mad left are who are supporting Zoran. I don't think she believes what she's saying.
But we must remember, in a time such as this, we are not the crazy ones, New York City. We are not the outlandish ones, New York City. They want us to think we are crazy, we are sane.
Let's see how sane they are. Let's hear from another Zoran Mamdani supporter who obviously values inclusion, tolerance, and respectful dialogue, and of course, sanity.
Turn on him. Nasty and Israeli song. You're talking. That's a you're a monster. Because I'm in jail.
Oh dear, that was unpleasant. But this next Zoran fangirl is actually far more frightening, because she used to be a judge. Yes, a judge whose judgment is obviously warped.
He's young, and he's a person of color. I think he's going to make an amazing mayor. I'm very excited about him.
Are you worried about safety or anything with him being?
Not at all. Not at all. Because I think he's got it right. I think the police are the police, and we need social workers to deal with some mental health problems.
Mental health problems, lady, like an elderly woman wearing signs about the face of fascism. Do tell me more.
There's a lot of that mental health problem shit going down, you know what I mean?
Are you worried about your taxes going up?
No.
You support him so much that you'd be okay with your taxes going up?
Yes, I would be. if there's any chance of saving New York as a place for working people to live, he's going to be the one to do it. He's a democratic socialist. That's not Russian or Chinese. He's for healthcare for all. If that's socialism, then maybe we have to redefine what socialism is.
So it's not like Venezuelan socialism?
No, not at all. I used to be a judge. I was a New York State Supreme Court justice.
Now to former White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, who was uniquely terrible at the job. Now she's written a book, and I don't know if you've heard, but she's black and she's queer.
Black woman, as a person who's also LGBTQ. As a black woman, I am a black woman, I'm a queer woman, I'm an immigrant. Being a black woman, as a black woman myself, that is the thing that I understood as a black woman, is that I meant a lot to people because of the communities that I represented. And whether it was women of color, black women, queer community, LGBTQ community. And as a black woman, and I have my queerness too.
Yes, being black and queer is the only answer she seems to have, well, to every question. DEI and the Biden administration's obsession with identity politics is how she got the job. And for Karine, it's the only thing that matters. It's the answer to every question. And to show how absurd this is, let's look at just one example. I'm not going to bore you for any more, but just one example from that compilation. Let's see how she answers a question about regrets.
Karine, do you have any regrets at all for anything that you said while you were speaking on behalf of this administration? It's a simple yes or no.
No, because you're asking for a yes or no question. I want to put some context to it too. I woke up every day very proud to be the White House press secretary. I woke up every day as a black woman who is queer.
Now let's hear from a couple of certifiable liars, MSNBC anchor Nicole Wallace and the governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker. Listen to this.
I haven't suggested that Donald Trump is Hitler. I wouldn't say
I don't think any Democrat has. I actually, and I think it's a smear that they project back onto critics.
What now? No Democrat has called or suggested Donald Trump is Hitler? Excuse me?
Trump actually reenacting the Madison Square Garden rally in 1939. I write about this in my book.
From John Kelly's words, that Donald Trump is someone who, I quote, certainly falls into the general definition of fascist.
Where one side stands for freedom while the other meets the textbook definition of fascism, namely a far-right dictatorial regime like Hitler's Germany or Franco's Spain or Mussolini's Italy, but also white-ruled South Africa.
And to be praising Adolf Hitler, it's dangerous and it's also disgusting.
So just to be clear, when you said we do agree, President Biden believes that Donald Trump is fascist.
I mean, yes.
He is paving the way to become a Vladimir Putin or to become an Adolf Hitler or a Kim Jong-un. That's what he wants to be.
Yeah, but Nicole Wallace and J.B. Pritzker want you to believe that no Democrat would dare liken Trump to Hitler. It's a smear campaign. Does J.B. Pritzker think we forgot all about this?
What I know is in the early days of the Nazi regime, they started slowly but surely taking away people's rights. And what we're seeing now is the very same thing.
Well, we're talking about the death of a constitutional republic. That's what happened in Germany in 1933, 1934. And we're seeing today that you've got an administration in Washington that's ignoring court orders. So this is literally the end of the republic as we know it.
Let's bring in Sky News contributor, Kosha Gator. Kosha, why do they lie like that? I mean, everything is on video. They have been likening Donald Trump to Hitler for 8 years, if not longer. And yet they are now saying it's a smear campaign.
I think because they're out of options. They really are. Because they did do it for 4 to 5 years initially from when he descended on that golden escalator. It reached a fever pitch in those 4 years where he was sort of deplatformed and planning his comeback. And then he succeeded. He won and he's back. So they don't have the option to rewrite history the way they might have otherwise if he had actually been in the dustbin of history. Since he's back, he's more powerful, won in a landslide. They only have one option left, which is to deny it. But as you say, we live in this era of ubiquitous video. It doesn't work and we can do these things all day long. And I think despite that, they have nowhere else to go.
I could have played you hours of footage if I wanted to of them doing precisely that. And it's such a cheap tactic. It's the sort of thing you do when you've got no options, but they have been doing it consistently, as you said. Now let's have a look at democracy Californian style.
Downtown Los Angeles, you've got it behind us, if you can see. It's a big, big day for California politics, but not so big when it comes to turnout. That's something that we were expecting as we were going into primary day here. I'm going to take you inside here. It's going to get very dark because this is kind of a black box theater here, but come on in. This is where the polling location is. Most of the people that we've seen so far today have come in and they've dropped off their ballots. California does that incredible job of mailing most of those ballots.
Kosha, that doesn't exactly inspire confidence. Explain what that is. Why is it so dark? Why the mass mail out? Why aren't there lines of people voting in person? What is that?
The dark thing, I thought it was a parody for a minute. I don't know why they're in this like dungeon room. The mail-in, why nobody's turning out is, I think, first of all, these local off-cycle elections have lower turnout. But I think people are just actually fed up. There's a big chunk of the California electorate, left-wing though it may be overall, that just doesn't feel inspired by any of the options and they're not turning out. The mail-in balloting has been a long-standing strategy of the left, extending the number of days you can vote before, counting ballots for days after, and it's all, part of what their strategy is to try and get out the vote in the part of the electorate that votes for them. But I think the big picture, if you zoom out, is trust in elections and election integrity is low in America. And especially for Republicans, which is half the country, very important one half of the country. It was 23% or so after 2020. It's improved now, but it's still in the 40s. That is overhanging, even in left-wing places like California. And when you do things like this and extend mass mail-in balloting and allow votes to be counted after the fact and don't clean up dirty voter rolls when dead people or illegals or all sorts of people are on there, it is not doing anything to help that. And that is a very problematic thing for democracy, as they love to always remind us we are.
Now, let's go to New York, and the socialist mayor candidate there, Zoran Mamdani, has been forced to clarify comments about his aunt not using the subway in New York City due to post-9/11 Islamophobia. Remember this?
I want to speak to the memory of my aunt, who stopped taking the subway after September 11th because she did not feel safe in her hijab.
Zoran Mamdani made those comments a few days ago, and very quickly social media users identified his aunt and noted that she neither wore a hijab nor lived in the US during the period he was talking about. So Zoran Mamdani has clarified earlier today. He said, "I was speaking about Zehra Fouhi, my father's cousin, who passed away a few years ago." So there you go, Kosha. It was not so much his aunt as his dad's cousin. So I don't know if in his culture everyone's called aunt and uncle, or whether he was just adding a little mayonnaise to that story to make it a bit more, I don't know, poignant.
There might be some truth to the first bit.
It doesn't have the same ring to it as my dad's cousin. Didn't want to catch the subway.
Next it'll be his, his neighbor's pet, and then his high school friend's uncle or what have you didn't like, police or whatever his issue of the day is. It could be that there's a little bit of that. The culture uses those terms, rather loosely, but it doesn't have the same thing. The internet is incredible at finding these things out. Video is ubiquitous, as we were just saying. And he, with his crocodile tears, he really is. I mean, we know he's on a glide path to victory, and he really is an actor, I have to say, and a good one, a very good one. And that's why he's hitting those things. And even if after the fact the internet solves these mysteries or calls him out, it doesn't matter because he's doing what he needs to do to get this thing in the bag, because that's where it's headed.
How boldly confident or arrogant would you have to be in the position he's in? He's about to be the mayor of New York City, to pull out that story, to go with it. I mean, it offended so many people, even if it was accurate, which there's some major question marks. I didn't believe it from the start. But, this is a city that was devastated. 3,000 people died. And the impact of that terrorist attack lingers to this day. And he's talking about his aunt and shedding tears about some supposed aversion to public transport, as if that's some massive injustice when people that lost their lives, thousands of people were murdered.
3,000 people, and so insulting. You're right that he has it in the bag, so he doesn't need to do these cheap tricks. I can only surmise that he has vast political ambitions. This is a stepping stone. We're not seeing the last of him, career-wise. Him, AOC, all these people are very young. And many people have likened him to Obama in a way that, yes, it's about winning an election, but it's also about just making your brand and really trying to instigate the issue set that you want to attach yourself with. And it is this one, notwithstanding that he's sitting in New York City where it's so insulting to do that. Also very conveniently using one side of the heritage. So Obama famously always, lead into his black side.
Secret document that I think we need to say.
I'm sorry to say, the real thing was even worse. This malignant little megalomaniac was granted a preemptive presidential pardon, sadly out of touch the media has become, and Elon was there ready to give her a reality check.
It's why people loathe you. I mean, some people do loathe you.
Yes, some people do.
But do you understand why? Do you think what you're doing is helpful for Western democracy?
Maybe some people do loathe me, and that's probably true. I don't care. But the fact that, as you pointed out, 250 million people follow me is that I think a lot more people actually like me than don't, and I think a lot more people hate you and the media more than you realize.
Yes, the media, bulk of the media is loathed for good reason, and most of them, like Zanny there, are oblivious.
You're loathed far more than I am. And you don't seem to even realize that.
I think very few people know who I am relative to you, so I don't think I play in the same game.
The media collectively. So, I mean, you're hated. Do you even know that? You probably don't.
Now to the astonishing Senate hearing earlier today featuring former chief US health official Anthony Fauci.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything you say, 5. Go ahead, ask me a question. Did you? A secret document that I think we need to say.
I'm sorry to say, the real thing was even worse. This malignant little megalomaniac was granted a preemptive presidential pardon, and yet he declined to answer any questions, invoking the Fifth Amendment 111 times. That was too much for Senator Bernie Moreno.
Those policies were put in place because you had moronic politicians that listened to the words of a megalomaniac who was more interested in having met a Kardashian than the suffering of the American people. And that is you. It was about 6 years ago today that I decided I'm going to give up my businesses, sell them all, run for office, run for the United States Senate. Here I am sitting in front of you 6 years later saying, who the do you think you were for doing that? It is a total disgrace what you did to this country.
Now, watch here as Senator Josh Hawley rips into this shameless little charlatan. You may need a cigarette after this.
Well, nothing says honesty like taking the fifth, huh, Doc? Let's try something. What day of the week is it today?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color tie are you wearing?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color is the carpet in front of you?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Let's just get one thing straight. You don't have any rights under the Fifth Amendment because you've been pardoned, as you very well know. As the Supreme Court has been clear for a century and more, Brown versus Walker, 1896, when he has been pardoned, he may not stand upon his privilege. You know that. Your lawyers sitting behind you now shifting nervously in their chairs. They know it. This isn't about the Constitution. This isn't about the law. This is about contempt. Contempt for this body and contempt for the American people.
Ooh, nailed it. Nailed it. And then Senator Hawley took Fauci through some of his actions during the height of the COVID pandemic.
I think I know why you're doing it. It's because you don't want to answer questions. It's because you did all kinds of terrible things. It's because during the pandemic, you got rich, didn't you? You got rich while people were dying, hundreds of thousands of Americans, over 1 million in the end, and you were getting rich. And not only were you doing that, you were using federal employees with taxpayer money to apply for and solicit cash prizes for you personally. Cash prizes totaling over $1 million. You did all of that during the pandemic, didn't you? That's a question.
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
You remember Greg Folkers? Who was that?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Your chief of staff is the answer. Do you remember Patricia Conrad? Who was that?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
And it wasn't just Fauci acting a fool. His lawyers were also deliberately obstructing proceedings.
The attorneys are not recognized. In fact, the attorney was told not to sit at the table, and he's not obeying that recommendation. There's a row behind you, sir. That's where you were told to sit, and you're not. And now you're disrupting the proceedings. And so, look, this is the way Anthony Fauci wants to be remembered. For a lawyer not listening to the rules. That's the way you want to be remembered, and that's what you're going to do. You are not recognized, sir. Security, please remove him from the room. Let the record state that Dr. Fauci will still have the advice of the other half a dozen attorneys that he brought along today.
Half a dozen attorneys just to plead the Fifth 111 times. Joining me now is documentary filmmaker and commentator Ami Horowitz. Ami, I've played some highlights or lowlights of today's Senate hearing featuring Dr. Anthony Fauci. What did you make of what you've seen so far?
Yeah, that was a dumpster fire for sure. I mean, it's unbelievable that in this day and age, we're still trying to figure out what's going on, right, with COVID. I mean, how many years has this taken? And we still don't have the full truth. And we won't get the full truth from him, obviously, because he invoked the Fifth Amendment 111 times. It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable, and yet the Republican senators are pressing on. Let's hear from Senator Ted Cruz, who wants to see Anthony Fauci behind bars.
Anthony Fauci has had contempt for Congress and contempt for the American people for decades. His diary shows that he deliberately lied to the American people over and over and over again. In his diary, he wrote early on that it was clear that the COVID virus did not come from the wet market in Wuhan, and then he turned around and said exactly the opposite thing on national television. In his diary, he brags about convincing Democrats in New York and California to shut schools down. And yet he goes on TV and says, oh, I wasn't for shutdowns. That level of contempt and dishonesty is disgraceful. He should be held in contempt. He should be prosecuted for perjury, and he should go to jail.
Now, Ami, what are the chances that he will be found in contempt and face any sort of penalty given that preemptive pardon Joe Biden gave him?
Under the advice of counsel, I am taking the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. I don't self-incriminate myself, Rita. Look, it's crazy to watch, right? Especially look, a lot of this is theatrics, right, and performative. I really don't like that part of it, but it does make for fun television. You know, what color's your tie? I take the Fifth. What color's the carpet? I take the Fifth. Those are not made up things. They're actual questions that were asked to see if you even say that. Look, technically, he could be brought up on contempt charges. In reality, it's not really going to happen, Rita. Senator Paul has actually scheduled a contempt hearing for next week. It's going to pass the committee level because all you need there is a majority. But in reality, it's not going to pass the full Senate because you need a filibuster-proof majority of 60 votes. Republicans simply don't have it. Secondly, the last time the Senate actually voted for somebody in contempt, I was in utero. And as you can see, that was a very long time ago. As far as the other charges go, obviously he was pardoned, right, pre-pardoned by Biden, which, by the way, is so bizarre. I mean, that just tells you something was amiss. But remember, pardons for the president don't cover state-level charges.
Yes.
And states can bring charges, and we already see that, for example, Florida is kind of setting up to do this. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I think there needs to be a very high bar to prove that he did something that was worthy of going to prison. But look, there's a lot of smoke out there, right? I'm not saying the fire's there, but it kind of sort of looks like that. I got to tell you, though, but this whole thing with the diary, God, he's so thirsty, Rita. I don't keep a diary for exactly this reason. I'm not looking for my dirty laundry put out there. Also, it's kind of girly. I also learned a couple of new things. I did not know that Anthony Fauci is worth $12 million. Rita, that's a lot of cabbage. Jeez. And yet, the whole thing is just that I think the worst thing about all of this is that he destroyed the trust the American people have in our scientific community. And while that cost us hundreds of thousands, in case millions of lives, I'm afraid that that's even going to be a drop in the bucket compared to something that's going to be so overwhelmingly bad. And we're just not going to believe what they're saying because they refuse to tell us the truth. I think that's the worst part of all of this, to be honest.
Absolutely. I just think he is a coward. The fact that he does have this preemptive pardon and he still is taking the fifth, refusing to answer the most straightforward questions, refusing to take any accountability, not provide any transparency, really. It really is quite shameful. Now, I want to move on to some footage you shot yourself recently, testing how left or conservative black students are. And the results shocked many, including the students themselves.
And nearly 90% of black people have voted for the Democratic Party over the years. But do their ideals match their voting patterns? Should parents have more control over education, or should the government have more control over education?
Parents. The government. Probably government. Okay. Have money and stuff like that.
You asked 10 questions around all sorts of issues, economic issues, climate change, social issues. I'm going to play a clip here of how these students who see themselves as Democrat, how socially conservative some of them are.
Should we generally have more policing or less policing?
It's effective policing more.
Have more police? I would say more police.
Should we allow children to medically transition?
No. I think it canceled. I think we should wait until they like. Everybody get a decision.
Okay.
Hell no. Hell no.
Know anything about that? Yeah,
Hell no. I don't need to think about that.
Should we allow males who transition to females compete against women in sports?
Yes. No. I say no. Should we allow males to transition? No. Hell no. No, it's not fair. Like Aaliyah Thomas. Yeah, no, not at all. He was like 500 with males and then number 1 with women.
Dominant.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah. There are physiological differences between males and people, males and people.
And when you tallied up the results, you found that despite black Americans, as you said, voting 90% Democrat, no other demographic comes close to that for either side of politics. Despite that record, this is how the young black students you spoke to aligned politically.
Republican, 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 Democrat, Republican, Republican, Republican. That's a big R. That's a big R. That's a big R. That's a big R. Republican, 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 Republican.
Republican.
You are 60% Republican. You are also 60% Republican. You are more Republican than Democrat.
Hey, welcome to the team, y'all. It's time, bro.
70? Oh, wow.
You are 70% Republican. 60% Republican. You are 60% Republican. You are 70% Republican and 30% Democrat.
It's crazy.
You are 80% Republican.
I think I might be Republican.
You might be Republican.
That's the people that help themselves, right?
Yeah,
help themselves.
correct.
I mean, we can help ourselves.
Some of them seem genuinely shocked. What did they say to you off camera? Were they upset at all by your findings?
Rita, I can't help but smile every time I watch that video. I've seen it 1,000 times. It's so sweet. It's so genuine. You see the best part of their reactions, right? No, everyone loved it. Everyone was shocked. Everyone said, I can't wait to start telling my friends about this, okay? Despite the talking, like, by the way, the things that they were saying were like Republican talking points. Like, aren't those the people who want them to help themselves? I guess, it's amazing. Look, the dirty little secret is that black people are really conservative, right? I mean, they have the highest belief in God than any demographic in this country. And they have very deep conservative cultural, social beliefs and those policies. And I think that's the problem with the Republican Party. We have not done a good enough job to capture that. I think that's available for us. And by the way, the Democrats are doing themselves no favors with the emergence of the DSA. 4% of the DSA membership are black. It's against 13% of the overall population. They don't agree with their cultural policy. They don't agree with their policy on police. You and I have talked about video after video I've done about voter ID and defund the police and bail reform. And in each and every time, when confronted with both sides, they almost always agree with the conservative / Republican side. And look, and Trump has shown this electorally. He doubled his vote, his tally from the first time he ran. And I think that's a constituency the Republicans have to go after. And by the way, they essentially are the ones who choose the Democratic nominee because everything goes through South Carolina, a bunch of black states early. Yep. And that's why Comrade Bernie lost it because South Carolina, the black vote said, you're too nuts. So the Democratic Party, learn a lesson, please. Or don't.
Absolutely. You're so right. I think the same true is for migrant communities. Many migrant communities that have traditionally voted Democrat, a lot of them have come over to Republican side because they are socially conservative. And the Democrats have become so radical in some of these areas that people just have to change their voting patterns, even if they've voted that way all their lives. Now, before you go, I don't have much time, but I'm interested in your take on this Minnesota story. Where else but Minnesota? Governor Tim Walz, famous for being Kamala's running mate and putting tampons in boys' locker rooms. Now we have another first for Minnesota, with schools and hospitals providing dolls with removable genitals to children as young as 4. Army, this is to allow them to express their sexual identities. Is this necessary?
Remind that song, Detachable Penis. Sorry, that was, I'm sorry, I had to go back. Look, it shocks me that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are not president and vice president right now, right? Talk about the black vote. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff particularly black men, are not really down with. It's nuts. Look, real quick, the most interesting thing about this, I looked this up on Google and I said, what's going on with this? And every single mainstream media site and the fact checkers said, there's no mandate for this. That's a straw man argument. No one's saying there's a mandate for schools. It is made available to schools. They know that. They're making up an entire argument which does not exist. Of course it's true. Of course it's being made available to 4 to 10-year-olds. And that's no bueno, guys.
Ami Horowitz, always a pleasure.
Pleasure's mine.
Nope.
So the other day I saw a tweet. I feel like all my videos start out like that. The other day, I saw a tweet that said, woke one was crazy, attached to the infamous photo of Nancy Pelosi and a bunch of Democrat politicians kneeling in African costumes back in 2020 to honor George Floyd. What a fever dream. There were many similar posts from people talking about how crazy woke one was, or woke 1.0 as they call it. Leftists talking about what they did wrong during woke 1.0, how they came off too strongly with things like abolish the police, and how they'll do things differently during woke 2.0. Yeah. You'll get him next time, champ. And don't get me wrong, 2020 was crazy. At the time, I was a bit preoccupied trying my hardest to get Bernie Sanders and Tulsi Gabbard elected. I don't want to talk about it. But yes, from what I remember, 2020 was crazy. But that was not woke 1.0. Woke 1.0 started long ago. Long ago when being woke was called being an SJW. Back when Anita Sarkeesian was public enemy #1. And I identify as an attack helicopter, believe it or not, was a joke young people told, and not your 65-year-old uncle on Facebook. You see, woke 1.0 was not George Floyd and COVID masks. No. This was woke 1.0.
Learn what mansplaining is, and then stop doing it.
Hello, and welcome to the Shoe on Head channel. I am your host, Shoe on Head. You may also know me on Reddit as every e-girl combined into one insufferable millennial woman with fetal alcohol syndrome, or perhaps just Asmongold on HRT. As I am filming this, it is the 12th anniversary of my first video on this channel. 12 years. 12 years a slave to the algorithm. So in this video, we are going to react to that video as well as a few other old videos of mine. We're going to see how well or how terrible everything has aged, because let's be real, a lot of this shit aged like milk. Wait, why is that opening this way? What the f— We're going to talk about woke 1.0, the ancient lore of me and my channel, how the Overton window has shifted so far since then, how stupid everything looks back then in comparison to things happening today. I feel like every morning we wake up and we are living through yet another historical event. The news moves so fast. There's pressure to react instantly, to pick a side, to condemn, to support. But the reality is, when a story first breaks, we're not seeing the full picture. And that's why for years now, I have been using today's sponsor, Ground News. So let's quickly give them a shout out before we get into this video. Ground News is a website and an app that lets you see how news stories are being covered all across the political spectrum, from left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of the political bias, ownership, and headlines that citizens in Congress continue to back Iran war despite the political risk. On the left, you'll see the headlines about this are like, Iran war keeps dashing GOP's midterm hopes. And this is how a right-wing the blind spot feature. It shows you news stories that have been covered by one-side voters. 39 to Minnesota's fraud, and Ground News makes it really easy to just lay it all out. News. As an excellent— First of all, I'm currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the plan I use to— and they'll title them things like, Shoe on Head is done with the left. Shoe on Head is finally waking up. And it's like, I've been woken up. Do not cite the anti-woke magic to me, Nuxtaku. I was there when it was written. Before your girl was commie mommy, for better or worse, I was one of the founding fathers of anti-woke content on the internet. I saw this one tweet that was like, the idea there was a woke one is the most jarring to America's moment I've ever had. Really, bitch? I mean, like, I get it. I would pretend it never happened too. It was very embarrassing, but really, bitch? I was there when Bernie Sanders was talking about unions and has microphones snatched by Black Lives Matter. That was basically the birth of my entire political worldview. You can't pretend that shit never happened. I was there when a grown-ass scientist was harassed and brought to tears for daring to wear a shirt with like cartoon pinup girls on it. We need Nuremberg trials for all the 2010s. You should legally be forced to wear some kind of patch on you in public to identify you as a woke 1.0 freak. When I saw that tweet, I literally had to stop writing my other video to make this one, because I was like, okay, I'm not gonna let these people rewrite history. We're not gonna let you write the history books, okay? Who do you think you are? Ghislaine Maxwell's father? So I'm going to be talking about 4 different videos here. Oppression Olympics, Social Justice League vs. Gamers, Average is Beautiful, and Questions for Men Answered by Women. I'm not going to be showing the full videos because this video will be 4 hours long, so if you want to watch the full videos, the links will be in the description. Thank you, I love you, bye-bye. So Oppression Olympics was my first cultural, political video, uploaded July of 2014. 12 years ago. How old were you guys 12 years ago? I am like 60 years old in internet years, like 204 years old in e-girl years. If you have been here, if you have been with me for that long, you deserve like some kind of reparations or something. Like, you have seen some shit. All right, I am about to watch it. I am so scared. I haven't watched this in years.
They're pretty like. You wear heels? You wear makeup? Do you want to go on a diet and get thin? Don't do any of those things! Hey, I'm a feminist! That's right, a feminist in 2014 America!
Can my voice even do that anymore? 2014 America! Oh, I can. Okay, never mind. Pretend I didn't do that. All right, let's go.
What does that mean? That means I want you to stoop down to my level. And that means don't go on a diet, don't wear heels, don't do makeup, don't do your hair, don't try to look pretty. I get heckles all the time and I hate it. I just love blogging about it though, and I love blogging about it on my Tumblr. And shaving? Forget shaving. Don't shave. This video game character is dressed too sexily. I don't like it. Change it. I'm dressed too sexily and you don't like it? Stop oppressing me. Did you guys know that rape is bad? Rape is bad. Does anybody know this? Rape is bad. And if you're not a feminist, you're pro-rape.
Oh, but it's over.
Oh, fuck, she's back. Feminism in 2014 America is completely pointless. It's just a label that people are putting on themselves to feel special. Because
why do I sound so cute? It's just a label people are putting on themselves like, oh, someone protect her. She doesn't know how bad it's gonna get.
It's the special snowflake oppression Olympics. Everyone is in this big race to be the most progressive and the most open-minded and the most oppressed. It is the strangest thing I've ever seen. And it's like infesting like the internet, and it's starting to seep out into the real world. And like I really don't like it.
So a little lore behind this video before we continue. First of all, Obama was president. Okay, this was before the Trump era. In fact, this was like months before Gamergate even popped off. This is ancient. Some of you don't even remember a time before Trump. Like Trump is your normal. You don't remember what the political and cultural landscape was like before Trump. That is like crazy to me. Anyway, at this time I was like 23, 24, working at a makeup counter in the mall, and I noticed all the people around me were changing. Their personalities were shifting. They were becoming like very unfunny and like offended at everything. It was very weird. One example that sticks out in my mind for some reason was my friend screamed in my other friend's ear. My friend was like, you're gonna make me go deaf. And then my other friend was like, that's not funny. My brother's half deaf. I don't know why that one sticks out, but like that was a pivotal moment where I was like, what the f is going on? Also, we later found out that her brother was in fact not half deaf. But anyway, the only thing I traced it back to was they all used the same website.
This video is mostly about...
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Oh my God, is that Big Red? Oh my God, just blast from the past with his face here. This woman should get some kind of like compensation for being on so many YouTubers' thumbnails. She was the face of the triggered feminist SJW for years.
Number one, shut the f up for a second. Now, if you would shut the f up for the 50th billionth time.
And then it was this other person. Where are these people nowadays? I wonder what they're up to.
Tumblr is the reason there is just this outbreak and infestation of SJWs. Ruining my internets and ruining my real life and just sucking the sense of humor out of so many people I know.
Tumblr was very popular back then, but there was like some dark evil energy coming from it, and I sensed it. And at the time, that is where I thought all this woke SJW shit was coming from. Little did I know, like a lot of these people on Tumblr were college kids. All this like rape culture, white supremacist bullshit was coming from the college classroom. And at the time, I didn't know. I was just a humble makeup salesman, so I was really confused, and I felt like I was going crazy. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to boot up the Shoe on Head channel. I'm gonna vent and make a video. Nobody's gonna f***ing see it. I don't care. As far as I knew, there was no other videos online talking about this subject, so I just filmed it, edited it, uploaded it, and left. Like I didn't check the comment section, and I didn't even know that Thunderfoot, a YouTuber, shared my video, and that's how it originally blew up. And from there, I found out, oh, there's more people who agree with me. I found like Sargon of Akkad and like the Honey Badgers. It was crazy to feel like, oh, I'm not going insane. Things are changing.
They're all in this big competition to see who could be the most progressive and the most tolerant, at the same time being the most annoying and the most intolerant people that I've ever met in my life. It is just a big, it's the oppression Olympics. Labeling yourself as a feminist, stop it. It is not a movement anymore. You do not need it. Nobody needs it. You have every single right that every guy has now. Like most feminists on the internet just hate men.
Now, if you can believe it, and this might be hard to believe while watching this video, this was transgressive back in the day. This was like crazy to hear online back then, especially coming from a woman. We're saying things like, oh, feminism is doo-doo, and like obvious as like people have a victim complex these days. That was like sacrilegious. And now it's like nothing. Now it's like wallpaper. Everyone thinks that. Every day there's like a new racist e-girl popping up and saying the N-word and then falling off a week later. Like if this video came out today, it would get like no views because it's the most basic shit ever. This video almost got me fired from my job. You know, like they found out where I worked. They called my boss. They were like, she hates women, like all this stuff. When it first blew up, most of the comments were negative. It was just a bunch of angry women being like, you're a handmaiden of the patriarchy. Like this was before the term pick me existed. Handmaiden of the patriarchy. That goes kind of hard. Can we bring that back? Okay, so that was the first video. Let's watch another one, shall we? This is called Social Justice League versus Gamers.
May or may not have noticed, I've been fully immersed in this whole Gamergate thing since it started like 2 months ago.
Gamergate was 2 months ago? Oh my God. For those of you who don't know what Gamergate was, you know what? Don't worry about it. It's not important. Some woman allegedly slept with someone and now the Strait of Hormuz is closed. Things happened in between that. That's basically just editing Shoe here. I decided to actually put in a brief explanation because genuinely a lot of you might not know. Gamergate kicked off when game devs and game journalists were accused of sleeping with each other for better game reviews. A bunch of journalists then coordinated anti-gamer hit pieces, all coming out around the exact same day saying things like gamers are dead and focusing on how sexist and white and male gaming spaces were. It was a mess that went on for like 3 years, arguably longer, and many people cited it as one of the first major culture wars online. People went to the UN to talk about sexism in gaming. There was even a Law and Order episode episode about evil sexist gamers.
These guys, they can't stand women in gaming.
What did they do?
They leveled up.
Also, Logan Paul was in that episode for some reason. It was a weird time. Anyway.
Seeing good friends of mine get labeled as misogynist, sexist, racist, only for enjoying video games and seeing through this very obvious agenda pushing. 100% no. I honestly could not imagine being so deluded that you actually make yourself believe that all gamers are white, cis males who are worse than ISIS. I'm not even mad. I'm actually like impressed that these people have the ability. They're like champions of mental gymnastics of the oppression Olympics.
SJW logic and facts. Oh my god.
Coming in like, I like this, I like that, I like this. This character doesn't look like me. She's not frumpy and below average. It makes me insecure. Change it. Change this. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't even play that, but I don't like it. There could be a fucking black, Mexican, Chinese, demisexual, lesbian, feminist, otherkin in a wheelchair with no legs and shit. And these crybabies would still not be happy.
Oh my god, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. They still can do this shit. They still invade nerdy male spaces and force them to cater to them. They're still purposely making female characters like ugly and frumpy. You still can't pander to them because they'll never be happy.
Take a look at this.
It's a frightening and disgusting trend in the world of online gaming. Hackers rewriting code to simulate sexual assault.
Sam Meggs stopped playing online over a year ago because of what she calls a misogynistic mentality that already exists in the world of gaming. The graphics are so good, this attack is eerily realistic. Eerily realistic.
Oh, that's sex? You've been doing it wrong? God damn.
Oh my god, I forgot all about the traffic cone. My dad literally stole that traffic cone off the street from me. I was like, Dad, I need a traffic cone for this video I'm doing. He like took it off the street and he's like, here. He didn't even like ask what it was for. I was just like, thanks. Like, it's good to have a supportive father in your life. So this one is called Average is Beautiful.
Race together? Oh wow, how progressive.
Oh my god, Race Together. I forgot all about this. In 2014, Starbucks did this thing called Race Together, where I shit you not, they made baristas write hashtag Race Together on the cups to encourage discussion about race relations with customers.
Oh yeah, let's get rid of race relation like tension by just making awkward conversation about race at Starbucks. Why?
They were forcing 18-year-old kids to have awkward-ass discussions with strangers about race. Yeah, can I get a tall cappuccino? Yes, hello. I see you are a person of color. What the f*** were they smoking back then?
I just imagine some black lady, like, on her way to work, walks into Starbucks, like, oh, can I have a latte, please? And the barista just like, I see you are a woman of color.
Oh my god, I made the same f***ing joke. I didn't even remember. I did it again. Wow, it's almost like we have the same brain or something.
Listen to social justice. You can, like, invade video games all you want. You can do whatever you want to comics, but don't touch my Disney. I will send the hounds on you.
Oh god. Nobody tell her. Nobody tell her. Nobody tell her. Weird. This one is called internalized misogyny.
If you're a woman capable of individual thought, you probably had the term internalized misogyny thrown at you a few times. So, what is it exactly? F***ing retarded. The end. There are so many stupid feminist rebuttals, but I think internalized misogyny has to be like my top favorite. Right after she's doing it for male attention and she'll learn when she's older. She'll learn when she's older, as if one day it's just gonna be like, happy birthday to you. Holy shit! Manspreading is an issue!
I am literally older now than I was meant to be in that skit about the future. And I did not, in fact, learn when I got older. I got worse.
These people have an excuse and a buzzword for everything. Racist, sexist, MRA, right-wing, conservative, privileged.
Oh my god, MRA. I forgot about MRAs. Oh my god. MRAs were men's rights activists. And before people were getting called like incel online for criticizing women or supporting men, they were being called MRA. Yes, it was considered an insult back then to care about men's rights. This was before the modern red pill. This was before Andrew Tate, Clavicular, Fresh and Fit. We had like Roosh V.
For the longest time, I wanted to do a post on how to approach girls that are ordering a drink at the bar. So what I did is I went to the toy store and I bought some dolls. These two are the cute girls who you want to have sex with.
That was our Andrew Tate back then.
MRA, right-wing, conservative, privileged. They do this to move the goalposts. So then you're like, oh wait, I'm not an MRA. This is why I'm not an MRA.
That's why you don't play the game. Like, I didn't know this at the time. I was naive and stupid. But you don't fight back. You don't go like, oh no, I'm not right-wing. I voted for Bernie. I have a gay friend. Like, no, shut up. No, you just have to go, okay, and even if you're not, because literally all they have is the ists and the isms. Defending yourself from their thought-terminating buzzwords is just, it's useless. It's a waste of time. I wish I knew that back then. So this is my most viewed video ever. 10 million views. Demonetized. Haven't seen a single cent from that video. Awesome. Anyway.
So we all know BuzzFeed is the internet equivalent of ass cancer. We know this. And I'm pretty sure the website is a government experiment created to test my patience.
Is that a Mr. Meeksy shirt? Oh my god, dude. Back when Rick and Morty was funny.
They're known for hits like, let's get fat women to do poses only fit gymnasts can do. Being a woman is hard because compliments, and damage control the video. So without further ado, I present to you 36 questions feminists have for men.
They were just pumping out videos like this constantly. Every week, another mass-produced, corpo slop, anti-man, anti-white video.
So when you see the word white, what comes to mind?
Privilege. I think power.
We can never let this happen again. I don't care if Trump blows up the world, okay? They can make Israel a 51st state, as long as I never have to hear,
hey, fellow white guys,
ever again.
How does it feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump?
How does it feel to be the same sex as someone I personally politically disagree with? The man is literally Satan to these people. Like, they could have said Hitler. They basically meant Hitler. Trump is their Hitler. It's very trendy to hate Trump right now.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty left-leaning, but I've been called a Trump supporter like 6 times in the past few months.
6 times? 6 times? Oh, you poor baby, try 6,000. At the time, the anti-woke, anti-SJW genre was mostly full of liberals. It was mostly liberals criticizing, all of this stuff, all of this woke behavior. We all saw this as not real liberalism. This isn't the real left. The real left cares about like real equality and workers' rights and blah, 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 blah. We wanted to call our side out. Obviously, that didn't work, but we tried.
Why do you have to sit with your legs so wide open?
Men have balls. Oh my God, manspreading. One of the top issues people would talk about nonstop back then was men sitting with their legs slightly open on public transportation. It was seen as some like patriarchal like statement of power or some shit. Like every week we had to hear about manspreading.
Manspreading is when a man spreads his physical body to take up as much space as humanly possible.
What happened to all these little pet issues they were all upset about? I guess like people can't afford houses now, right? They can't find jobs. I don't think they have energy to talk about the pink tax or manspreading or whatever.
They're straight guys so obsessed with lesbians.
Wow, this chocolate bar sure is good. But you know what would make it better? Wow, another chocolate bar. Two of a thing I like together. People still come to my channel to this day and leave comments on my videos like, are you the chocolate bar girl? My legacy.
Why do I deserve to be paid less than you?
The wage gap is simply the average earnings of men and women working full-time. It does not count for different job positions, hours worked, or different jobs. It has nothing to do with the same job. It has nothing to do with discrimination. So the reason I have a button that debunks the wage gap is because back in the day, you could not escape hearing about the fucking fake-ass 77-cent wage gap bullshit. I don't think you hear about the wage gap anymore because young women are starting to out-earn young men, so that's a little awkward.
Why are women perceived as the weaker sex?
Because on average, we are. It's a fact. Trigger warning. Facts. Libs owned. Trigger warning. Facts. Okay, Ben Shapiro, calm down. I thought that was such a mic drop.
Are you intimidated by a woman who makes more money than you? That's awesome. More money.
So when women make less, it's called the wage gap. But when men make less, it's just more money. Sorry, I'm like responding to the old video instead of my video. I forget how stupid these talking points were, dude. And sorry, I'm just watching these videos. I'm thinking about all the fucking people on Reddit who are like, Shoe on Head sent me down the alt-right pipeline. Really? This is what did it? How the fuck is it my responsibility if you watch milquetoast ass shit like this and start goose stepping? I went down the alt-right pipeline. I was a Nazi. First of all, no, you weren't. No, you weren't. You probably watched some Ben Shapiro owns college liberal compilations, and then some other YouTuber years later told you that's what being a Nazi is, and that actually having the politics of a Walmart HR department is salvation. Like, can we fucking relax? I'm sorry, I don't understand the YouTubers and streamers from this era who have like trolls remorse about this shit, that feel guilty for making fun of this stuff back then because they think them making fun of this stuff gave rise to Trump and whatever. It's like, no, this stuff gave rise to Trump, not you reacting to it. Like, why wouldn't you make fun of this shit? It's ridiculous and it's counterproductive. Like, you wonder why so many Gen Z men are further right than like boomer men. It's not because they watched a YouTuber called BuzzFeed cringe, right? It's because BuzzFeed and things like it, the media, academia, the culture that they grew up in, a reactionary movement needs something to react to. Like this shit, as goofy as it was harmful. It was harmful to society in general, and it was harmful to like the left because this is how people saw the left. Trump wasn't elected specifically because BuzzFeed, right? I'm like, that's stupid. But there was this like slingshot effect against woke one. But more importantly, there was a hole in politics left from a do-nothing neoliberal neocon establishment that was just waiting to be filled by a populace, and Trump filled that hole. Trump filled America's hole. He got America pregnant, and 9 months later, out pops a war with Iran. And America's like, I didn't ask for this. Well, why'd you open your legs, whore? Sorry, you were asking for it. Okay, sorry. Anyway, now people online are like, oh, woke 2 is gonna be great. Woke 2 is gonna hit like crack.
If you thought we were woke before, you done went and woke the beast. Welcome to Woke 2.0.
Do you want Hitler too? Because that's how you get Hitler too. We are not doing this shit again. I would kindly advise against it. If you look at everything happening now, like literal pedophiles running the world, bills being passed to merge our military with foreign militaries, a bunch of AI surveillance cameras popping up everywhere, bombs we pay for with our tax dollars against our will going to blow up children. All of this shit seems extremely petty and unimportant. But it was part of this like deeply subversive, destructive rot in society. I used to always say that culture war was a distraction from class war. And for the most part, I still kind of think that's true. But I can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time, you know? I could want the rich to pay their fair share and also want my children to grow up in a world where it's not socially acceptable to hate them. Yeah, these videos were a little cringe and like, I think they aged that poorly. Some of the jokes were really cringe and like facts and logic liberals. I pretty much do the same videos, but now they're more like organized and structural and scripted. I do the same videos, but in a more medicated sort of way. Big Vivans has taken away your millennial quirk chunguses. Big Pharma won't let me go. Merp. So that was that video. I thought it would be fun to do. What did you guys think? If you want to see my full, raw, unedited reaction to my first video, there is a bonus video up on my Patreon right now. Link down below.
What? All right. So that is Shoe on Head. She's cool. She's funny. She's been around. She's got a lot of videos. So that's some kit right there for y'all to go check out. Other than that, let me see. Do I have any other of these here? A new Rush Limbaugh. That's funny. That's funny. All right, shit. Let me see. Did I hit that one? I think it was. I don't know. Yeah, I think that was the last one. Let me check the time. I got a few minutes here. We reviewed a couple things. Hopefully, when y'all go back, y'all take a look. But the main question is, is this a war against America? That's the main question. Because there's a bigger picture that's here. When people are interacting here in America, we're already so distracted and divided that when we're in situations with other countries, we can't see down the line as a people. And the people that are in charge of us, the government, if they're not legitimate, if they're not one of us, right, that gets elected, and it's just some patsy that they put in that place, they can do these things in the background without us paying attention. And I don't think we've been paying attention as a nation. And now this stuff is happening. They take all the money and then they leave us in a worse case, even worse. And then it repeats itself because that next person, and they'll make all these promises. But who is saying, okay, we want to nominate this person, we actually want to elect this person, and we want this policy? Not one of these made up policies that you're going to make when you get there. No, here's a policy that's here that this person is running on. You know what I mean? Type of situation where we can look at it, But at least if we have some sort of like aim as a civilization, I mean, look at us, America. We're kind of getting bullied. We're getting bullied real bad. We're getting pushed around by the media and these corporations, and the people that are supposed to be running our offices are so scared of them and already bribed by them in certain ways that how are they going to really make that change and that commitment? How are they really going to have our backs at the highest levels if they're already under coercion, or if they're already in some sort of like, oh, this is conspiracy, but like, let's really look at it. Follow the money. Who's getting rich? Who's not? But guess what? That's all the old stuff. All the new people, it's time for us to be like, yo, let's get this done for real. See, a lot of people don't even know that they could be the next person that runs for office. They could be that next person that steps up. And if they had a legitimate plan, they could get voted for. And it's up for grabs right now for the first time in centuries. It's up for grabs. It really is. Since Mom Donnie got here, oh shit, it's up for grabs, guys. Let's go. Like, hey, we gotta put together some packages, put together some runners. Hey, let's get it, right? Shit. What's up, Bree? What up? Hopefully, everybody's having a good day. Shout out to everybody that did overtime today. Shout out to everybody that has a job, because you guys make the world go round. This is our house, okay? That's the United States. It's our house. We can't let these people be all like, wait. Hey, we like your house. Really, really nice. Break something. Wait, hold up. What you just did? Oh, no. It's my culture. We just break stuff. Sometimes we just break it. It's okay. It's break it. Like, no, hell no. Hell no. Get out. Like, hell yeah. Get out, right? Y'all gotta at least give me some slack on that one. Somebody it's break. It's okay. No. Get the fuck out. Hey, where you go? Hey, you know what America is? Hey, hold on. America's so hard though. Like, all across Americans is hot. Pretty shit. Who does the thing? can we get late? Stop this running around. Everybody out of control with this new smoke. All right, we've been partying a little too hard. Yeah, Chuck. Yeah. All right, we're partying a little too hard. Well, now shit's a little harder when I hit the real world. Damn, let me catch up. Right? Now it's time to, hey guys, okay, look, I see we all just messed up. I just included everybody. Or that's inclusive. Now let's take accountability for what the fuck just happened. Because, bro, this is wild. This is wild. Yo, I gotta play this again.
Some really wild video here. Chaos at the border of Spain's North African enclave in Morocco. This is a city called Ceuta. You're watching as thousands of migrants break through the fence and completely overwhelm the border police. Their video showing huge groups of people, mostly.
Look at this. Look at this. Y'all letting that happen? Is y'all letting that happen to your house? The first dude comes in. Oh, yeah, it's nice in here. It's really nice in here. Like, why are you so loud? And then, boom. Everybody come busting through. It's break. It's okay. It's our culture. We break it. Everybody just come busting through there. Like, this is what we're looking at. If we let this shit get out of control. You let Spain have they're gonna realize what the fuck just happened. All right, but do not let this happen to us, America. Hell, nah. I think we need to help Canada. We need to be like, hey, Canada, y'all good? Like, we need to just have a meeting with Canada's prime minister and shit. Like, hey, yo, is y'all good for real? Because I'm not letting this English thing, like, because England, they might be waking up a little bit, but Spain is going under.
The young military-age guys cramming into inflatable tubes or arriving on shore another way, some of them wading in the water as they break through the gates to get to the other side. Sandra, this is reminiscent of kind of what we saw during the open border during the Biden administration through 2021, 2024, kind of similar to what we saw in Del Rio back in 2021. The socialist agenda, their platform literally says they want to abolish borders, abolish immigration enforcement, have complete freedom of movement. This is what it looks like in another country if they get what they want. Notice there is no resistance from the government whatsoever. These people are coming in without any obstruction. And if people don't know, Spain has a very left-wing government. Earlier this year, they did a big amnesty.
They just walking through. Dude got his arm across the other, like, just walking through like it's nothing. Like, yeah, we did it. Look, he on a phone. I thought you was like poor and couldn't afford nothing, but you got a whole phone, bro. How you get through? What? Like, see what I'm saying, man? Like, hold up. Wait a minute. Somebody, like, what? Look, Nike, like, what? Oh, man, that's so funny, bro. Ooh, shit. Go ahead, man. Y'all have a laugh. Because that is funny.
Program for over 1 million illegal immigrants living in the.
Did y'all see that? Wait a minute. Hold up. Let me go back. I just slow that shit down. This nigga did a jiggy. Like, what the fuck? Did y'all see that? It's crazy.
Program for over 1 million illegal immigrants living in the country.
I ain't never seen somebody so happy to be free. This guy right here. That shit's funny, bro. That shit is hilarious. Let's see. Wait.
Illegal immigrants living.
Hey, what is this? Is this a gun?
In the country, they had.
Oh, that's a phone. Okay. Everybody.
1.3 million.
He felt blessed. Maybe one guy. He's cool.
Illegal immigrants apply for that amnesty program between April and June. So that's what we call a pull factor, Sandra. They're looking for something like that. They know if they can just get their foot in the country, maybe someday that left-wing government will do another amnesty program. And you were just reading some of the wires. The locals want an emergency declaration. It sounds like
The ministry's saying no. And they will not deploy military to the border.
apparently they don't think this is I mean, look at this. This is a total free-for-all.
It does feel like we are looking at a few years ago when you're reporting at the border here in the United States. This is happening right now. This story is breaking right now. And you're not just talking about hundreds, thousands of migrants are pouring over the borders as we speak.
Yeah, and again, I mean, just look here. Do you see any women or children? I mean, most people would call these folks so-called asylum seekers. These are all young guys just flooding into the country and overwhelming what, if any, border there is. It looks like there's just kind of a small barbed wire fence or something like that. But you can see the Spanish government is caught completely off guard here, and you have thousands of these men. I mean, it literally looks like you often hear the word invasion, but it literally looks like one here. Look at that. I mean, you see the border fence there. They're all just going around it. And again,
the head of Spain's civil guard is calling this absolute chaos. In a brand new interview, he said, quote, "It's not possible to give precise numbers, but there are thousands of migrants crossing right now." He added that the border has totally collapsed, quote unquote.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it. And for folks who don't know,
not over here. We ain't playing this shit, right? Not over here. We ain't doing that. We ain't letting that happen, right? Like, come on, bro. Nah, I don't think we gonna let that happen. Oh wait, we already did. Oh, we let that happen already. Oh, okay. We ain't gonna let that happen again, though, right? Nah, we ain't gonna let that happen again. Got you. All right, cool. At least we making progress, right? We learned our lesson too. Every person that comes up has to say they want to maintain the border. Nobody comes in for like 10 years. Let's do it for like 10 years. Let's see if we can clean up our act. Let's see if we can get some guys to focus on us. Let's see if we can turn some shit around. And let's just okay, fine. We can have these little skirmishes to keep these people busy with this nuclear shit while we're going over here taking the rest of that and getting us together over here. You know what I'm saying? Because over here in Trump's term, we did enough spending everywhere else. We don't need to spend everywhere else after Trump because there's enough money in those places. Okay? Now, what we need to do is we need to go back to the next 4 years, focus on America. Let's get us together real quick. All right, boom, 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 boom. Okay, and all that other shit that's happening already, that could just be in the background because there's plenty of money there to last a couple years. Trust me, they invest. Trust me, they'll be fine for at least one term, right? So the following term might have to be a war because they'll be like, okay, well, we didn't start investing in the war again. Okay, fine, whatever, sure, whatever. But the reason why I'm saying it's okay with me for this Iran war is because it's keeping Islam at bay for now. Islam is trying to take over. And us here, this is our last Christian country we have. Even Israel they don't really accept Jesus as Lord and Savior like that. So, that's kind of a thing there. So over here though, in America, we're allowed to do that. Over there, in Israel, you're allowed to do that, sure. And, they're not against it for the most part, as I know. But the Islam is still against it. No matter what, the Quran does say that, Jesus is not the Son of God. And that's fine. But that's an opposite religion. Okay? Complete opposite religion. But the Quran also does say the Bible's legit. So if the Bible is legit, then the Quran is a lie. Or it is of the enemy. Because it's not of Jesus. Alright? If Jesus is the truth, right? The way and the life, then we roll it over. All right, fine, cool. So if he's the truth, the way, and the life, and then if the Quran says he's not, you see what I'm saying? You know? So now you got to make that choice. But here's the kicker. The Quran, after a while, it doesn't let you have a choice. There's certain parts. And then they have these hadiths which are interpretations or whatever. If you can get that kind of interpretation from this message that the Quran is giving, that's pretty dangerous stuff. That's pretty dangerous stuff. And then it's only a matter of time you worshiping that God, Allah, before that God comes to you and tries to whisper in your ear to do something dangerous, right? Because it goes deeper. And if the hadiths are true, then that's bound to happen at the deepest level. And then on the Christian side, what's bound to happen if Jesus is true? What's bound to happen at the deeper level? You live forever, bro. What? Come on. That's crazy. So I don't know who you want to believe. But I'll take my chances with Jesus. That's how I judged it. That's how I looked at it. I put them to the same standard. I held them to the same standard. And I just looked at their teachings. And that's where we went with it. But the other side of it, like, let our guard down. Oh, you're da, 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 da. So you do that? Like us as Americans, but as Americans, it doesn't matter what color you are when you're on the other side of that couch. Oh, you know this shit's tempting us. Hurry up. All right. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? No matter what color you are, we all live on that couch. And that's what I'm talking about, man. It didn't matter what color we were when we was getting shit done. So let's go ahead and start getting shit done. Let's go ahead and start feeding off each other in that positivity. And then when people try to come up and be like, oh, America's da-da-da-da, wait, what'd you say? And they'll be looking like, oh, shit, what? Like, yeah, bro. Like, and then everybody in the whole place will be like, hold on. Hey, you can't be talking about that like that about America. Like, everybody start defending our country, defend our ideology of free market. But we do need to put the cap in capitalism, because right now there's no cap on this predatory extraction. They destroy companies almost instantly. They'll just liquidate everything, fire everybody in time. And I'm just like, whoa, is that even legal? Right now it's legal because there's no guardrails. We already came up with some guardrails. Why? Because we don't want everybody to get into a panic and start storming around. This shit's
Where
real.
this is a small Spanish city, autonomous in North
Right? Autonomous.
Africa. It's actually in Morocco.
Africa, right here, Morocco. See? Right here at the top.
But it does have Spanish autonomy. It's called Ceuta. So this isn't on the mainland.
What do these people look like? Who that look like? Who that look like? Who that look like? Who that look like? That's not a bunch of Africans. That's not. Or are those African? No. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh my gosh, my ideology. Yes, your ideology is crumbling when you see this evidence. Who is this? Oh, like, who is this, right? Yo, like, what? Who is that? Huh? This is a crazy word. Look at them. They know what they're doing, and they know what they're up to. They know exactly what's happening. How many women do you see out here? Where's all the girls at? Where's all the girls at? Y'all see any girls in this one? No. That's a lot of people. that's a lot of people. It's a straight sausage fest, bro. So all these dudes want to come seek asylum, but for what? What are they asylum from?
And of Spain, but these images,
Look, we let the screen go by. Where are the girls at?
we've been looking at them on social media all morning. It's just stark to see that there is no resistance
Where's all the females
whatsoever. I mean, at least in Del Rio back in 2021.
All right. My bad. I did that. I was just looking. I'm looking.
When those 20,000 Haitians were crossing the river, similar images to this, you had some.
We already know this boat's full of dudes. There's just a bunch of dudes walking. I don't see no females. No girls.
Border Patrol there. You had Texas DPS there trying to stop them. Here in Spain, there is absolutely nothing stopping these folks from wading ashore and climbing the fences. And Sandra, look at that in the background. I mean, there are thousands upon thousands of these men just flooding the country.
And there are reported deaths as well of some of those that are crossing over by water. We're going to be on this. We're going to have brand new details as this story develops. We'll have those for you shortly.
Be sure to like and subscribe for.
You guys see that? I had, man, is like, when it comes to America, right? This is where I live. I live in America. All right. The link is right there. Anybody that wants to come up. But my thing is, here in America, yeah, you have the right to criticize the government and say what you want in conversation. Okay. You're allowed to go protest for good things on behalf of our government. That'll make it easier and better for everybody. Hell yeah. We can protest against government corruption, and we can bear arms if the actual government tries to turn on us. That's what the whole point of having guns is for. So we're not just cattle to the slaughter like they are in Iran, which is why they're asking other countries for help. They showed that years ago in Spain. They were all black. Yeah. You got to remember, though, because, like, oh, this is my favorite shit. I love this shit right here. Fucking map. I love this fucking thing right here, bro. I love this fucking thing, bro. Ever since they came up with this Google Map shit, bro, I've been on top of it, man. Fucks with it, bro. Alright. Yeah, it always starts me off here in beautiful Alaska. I know, right? Who knew that's what Alaska looks like? I love it. I love it. Alaska's so beautiful, man. I really want to go there. It's not as icy as you would think, but there's a lot of ice for sure. Alaska has its moments. You just like, it's just cold, right? It's beautiful though, man. Those are just mountains. Don't worry. Everybody makes it seem like ice is everywhere up north. No, it's just in these mountains and shit. And like in these real cold areas like this shit's all elevated too. And then there's some valleys in there. Big old fucking valley in there. When they did the x-ray and shit. I don't mind pulling up that kind of shit. The fucking history of Greenland. But we're gonna make this deal. We're gonna start doing that drilling in the minerals and shit. This is the good shit. I don't know. I think maybe they start listening to me after a while, those presidential guys. They need to stay tuned for that next shit. Because we already put together that citizen legislation. So that one's pretty cool. Look at this. That's beautiful. That's fucking beautiful. Like this is the world. Anyways, we were talking about some Iranian shit. Right? Alright, so it's that Strait of Hormuz over here, and then we got this little Gulf right here. This is where the main wars are right here. The main wars are in these areas right here. And this is what just got activated. They started trying to bring, they were shooting this port over here, because to get out, you go through this. Unless you want to go this way, then you have to go through Israel. So do you want to pay Israel, or do you want to pay Egypt? So that's why they go this way. And then when you go this way, it takes you through this right here, through the Baltic, Iraq, Syria, boom, up to Turkey, to the river, out. Okay? So this is the other route. And they're fighting for this shit. There is a back door, but then they have to do deals with these guys, Syria, Turkey. They have to do deals, or it doesn't work. You know? Now, there's a bunch of different routes too. Once you get up here, you can split right here. You either go this way or you go this way. Now you go this way, you have to hit this one, and then you have to go across. There's a tiny little channel cut, takes back this way, goes through, boop, pops out over there. But there's this other one, which is the main one, and this is called the Euphrates. That's what it's very, very important. This right here, you're already in Turkey. This is very important to their society, the way they live. Boop, goes out to this big water. And then you have your other cut. See how it cuts into different travel ways. And then you got that way, and then you got this way. Shit. There's on the side of the mountain, right? That's so cool. That's cool. That's why it looks all like warped right there. That's whoa. Over here. Yeah, man. We look at the world. We look at the world. They live on that river right there. That river, it gives life to all this. All of it. Damn, man. It's beautiful up in here. Where are we at? Where is that? It's out over. The edge of Turkey. Going into Armenia. Damn, that's beautiful. Yeah. Hold on to that, Turkey. Hold on to that. This shit's barren over here, bro. Like for real, for real. But you got some work going this way though. Because there's a little cut. You feel me? They got their little sliver. And then you got this big boy lake right here. So, you know. This other side though, it gets pretty desolate, which is why they hang in the mountains and stuff like that. And you can see the ice up here. That's why they wear the long clothes and they can get away with it in these areas. Because it'd be cold. Because they have to go into the mountains where it's livable. The climate is better in the mountains. So if you really want to go after them, you'll start hitting them in the mountains. That's really going to damage their real economy for real. Because remember, all this shit is fertile. This is where they get all their food from. All of this. It goes all the way cut. Where are we at? This is still all of the same. Look, that was all through India, Pakistan. All this green strip right here. And you can see it cuts through. Over here, over the top. Those are the stands, man. All in the stands. Afghanistan gets a small little cut, but Afghanistan's pretty barren, man. It's kind of mountainous, so you got some cracks and crevices, yeah. But it's nothing like over here. It's nothing like, look at that. All that water. Oh, straight to the river. It's like this whole mountain cut you off. maybe God put some mojo on that land over there, man. Turkmenistan. It's pretty empty. It's a lot of nothing. You can see these parts right here by the river, though. All that river shit. So you can definitely see that they're they're people too. Okay, they're not like some sort of like invincible like desert people, dude. No, nah. All this shit is empty except these little cuts. There's like some little crevices where water will build up, and then they'll build around that shit. You know, these are higher elevations when they do that, though. It's not like they're just laying on the floor where it's baking hot. Nah, dude, it's not like that. You don't know what those people are. But look, this is how you can tell everything's African. See this tiny little cut right here? That bridge is Africa. You can see that. From across the water, you can see it. That's how close they are. That's a boat right there. That's how close. That's how close it is. And what is that? Right there. Portugal, Spain. That's why there's black Spaniards. Why? Because, look. What is this? Africa. This is where all the punishment happened. Egypt was running all this shit at a point. Remember that. Remember. When Moses came through and said, let my people go, all this was flourishing. And then all the freaking locusts came with the east wind and just ate east. So all the locusts came. And think about it when I say the locusts. See what I mean? All of the Islamic stuff. Nah, that was before that. It was way before that. It was way before that. See, the Arabs were pretty feisty back in the day. The Arabs thought they was running shit. See, remember, England and all that shit over here is over here on this side. So they have a lot of distance between them, and then they had a lot of water to fight over before them. Okay, the Armenians, Turkey, Uzbekistan, okay, so check it. Some of these older names are the names we have to try to refer to back to the Bible, the lands, right? Because this is it, if you really want to get that biblical perspective. But I'm not going to go deep into none of that because we are starting to run out of time here. We're coming up on 2 hours and about 15 minutes. And I might have to get me some resties. You know what I'm saying? It's time. Hell yeah. Yeah, well, this right here, this is real time right now, what I'm looking at. Probably updated a couple hours ago or maybe like a couple minutes ago. This is the world as we know it. Well, they wanted it to be a ball so bad, so I put it in a ball. If you don't like a flat earth, why look at a flat Google? All right. But look, right here, all this, it looks like it's all scarred up. This is where all the people are. Where all the communities are along that water because they're channeling all that water and making it go through the dirt. Like, this is some beautiful water right here, though. I like it. And the thing is, they don't show you, like, because they block it out. They block it out. They don't want you to know where all their shit is. So you can't actually see all of their shit, but you can see like the cuts. These are higher elevations when you're up on these hills. But you can't see much. Dubai is over here. Where is it? Right. Dubai's on this side. You can see it. Yeah, Abu Dhabi, Dubai. And how you can know, well, let's see if it's still there. They have the I think it's still there. Hold on. Nah, that one isn't it. Hold on. It's down this way. Or is it up that way? Bahrain. It's up in here. Damn. See, they living on this shit. Told you. They all up by that water. They got that beachfront property. That's Bahrain. They got beachfront. This is Qatar. Doha, Qatar. Look at this. Yeah. These are the ones that give us money. That's why we see where they at. And they probably be using Google Maps on a lot of this shit. Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to like wake the people up so we can fight that. Definitely trying to fight this Islamic Reformation shit. For sure. Who wants that to go down? I think I need to go get another pizza. Yeah, I like pizza. But that's the Doha over there. Let me see. That's Kuwait. We could wait for that. There's Dubai. Now, this is the thing about Dubai. You can see these palm trees from space, right? And you can see these little, I don't really know what it's this is their first little island experiment thing. And then they started to build some of these out. So they're trying to, they're going to build another one right here. And you can see the projects. They're building shit out. We're going to see what they do. I mean, that one's pretty cool though, right? That's pretty cool. Pretty fucking cool. You see it from space and shit. You zoom out. It's right there, but like you gotta know where it is. United Emirates. You can't see the whole thing, but you can see the Bahamas from space though. Swinging by that shit, you can see this. You can see that shit. Look at the Caribbean. That shit's beautiful. 1,500 years to Christian Reformation. Well, Jesus came. Jesus did pretty much everything we needed. Well, we gotta think about it this way. Islam came after because the people were really getting deep into it. The people were getting really deep into Christianity, and Jesus was really in people's hearts, and that's how they were treated, and the societies were better. Believe me. And then, guess what? The devil gets jealous. He even tried to tempt Job. You remember Job, right? Yep. Well, Muhammad, right? I can't speak on that too much because I don't really know too much about Muhammad specifically. There's a lot of stipulation on that, and I'm gonna leave it there. But as far as like Christian spreading the gospel, that's what we're supposed to do. But we're not supposed to push it. We're just supposed to tell people and leave it there and let them choose from that. And then if they want to know, they'll seek. Seek and you shall find. Yeah, those palm trees. Oh yeah. That was Dubai. That's over here. It's right here. Where all the wars happen. This is Dubai. Little palm tree thingies. That's Dubai right there. They're building some more shit too. But this is their this is the one they're building right now. They're actively putting it together like right now. They actually just finished the. They're still working on this outer layer of the palm tree. See, they're still working on this end right here too. But if you look at this one, they have a little parking lot going and shit. But this one over here, hold on. This one is the one that's built out. But they have to do island maintenance right now. And the thing about island maintenance is all of this shit has to get reinforced. The sand's eroding around these edges, so they have to come put some more sand in there. Because remember, this shit's built. The sand isn't naturally going here. They have to keep stacking that sand on top of itself. Yeah, that's what this is. They built this whole shit. And these are the houses. These are the ones that they already have. These are $1 million houses. Yeah. See? Swimming academy. What? A swimming academy? It's like one pool. It's like one pool. Swimming academy. Where's the pool's at? Get out of here. Right. This is somebody's neighborhood. There's just one street. And as you go, the houses get bigger too. As you go, houses get bigger. See how they start spacing out? They all get pools and shit. These houses are probably so dope. Man. These houses are probably so dope. Oh, man. These houses are probably so dope. This one, this one, man, that one's gonna be beautiful. I'm gonna step out on this back patio right there and look out at this shit like, damn, bro. You be looking off that back patio right there. That's crazy, bro. This one go hard. Fuck this one. Yeah, that one. Get those trees in front. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one right there. I know, right? Barracks, army housing. Well, yeah, probably because over here, this is the third shot's mansion. Oh, shit. Damn. Look at that. It's one. Two. Oh, this is the whole thing. So this is like the guardhouse, probably like where all the like guards and shit is, so they could be right here at the front. And then there's probably like some towers and shit. And then like this whole bitch is lit. Like, then you gotta go all the way through all this shit just to get to the pool in the back. It's like a whole little garden jungle, man. That's cool. Alright, so the one thing you want to do is you want to make sure you build that gate all the way around all of this shit. If you really want this to be, because they can just roll up right here and just get you. Because you know how they've been a sway somebody, bro. Yeah, right? That's definitely a palace, yeah. Mm-hmm. These are some people's houses right here. Mm-hmm. This is all public information. I just be looking at the world sometimes. See how small it really is? That shit's cool though, right? That shit's cool. That shit's pretty fucking cool. What is this? What is that? Okay, so this is the open ocean out here. So if this shit get crazy, these are gonna be the first things that get hit. So what is this? Under hall serve tip. Oh, what? This is like a country club and shit. I'm just like, if I do go, I'm just gonna go eat somewhere. I will fly there. I will just take a cab just to go eat at these really nice places, and I'll just be on an eating spree, and I'll just leave after that. I just want to go and see what kind of good food, and I just want to sit there, take some pictures, and just be like, boom, 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 like, yeah, I got there, I went there, hell yeah, I was there, right there on that, I was in that chair, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, because, like, you know, sometimes having like bragging rights is kind of cool, like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, yeah, I did that, yeah. I mean, I did some shit, you know, but you know, I haven't done all the shit I'm about to do, though. I'm about to do some fun ass shit. Hell yeah. Yup. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. This whole shit off on the edges. This one says, Ginger World. It's a Starbucks. Yo, I gotta go to this Starbucks. I got to, bro. Hey, I just want to go to Starbucks real quick. Yo, there's a Starbucks in there. Yeah, that's crazy. Salute the freak. Salute Yeti in the building. All right. Yeah, we just chopping it up right now. What's good with you, Yeti? We just chopping it up. Shit. I'm just over here. We just looking at this dope ass shit. Just like looking at the world, you feel me? Yeah. Yeah, we had to turn up. I can't wait to get back talking with Jack. Yeah, Jack was awesome. Yeah, Jack was cool. I think me and Jack could solve some problems. What? Is this a roller coaster? This is a water park? What? That's a freaking water park. Oh, bruh. What is this? Triton Tower. The water park. Let's see some photos. Let's see. I thought that you would get good. Don't sound like you're there, though. You can't hear too many people. I'll tell you that. Okay. That's a better thing. I like that. It's just dusty. It's all good. I'm used to it, though. But yeah, it's still beautiful. I like this one. This one's pretty nice. This one's pretty nice too. Yeah, I like that. That one's pretty nice. Yeah. That's pretty good. It gives like a New York vibe, right? But you know, you can probably feel the heat. I'm sure you could probably feel the heat, bro. Yo. Hell yeah. Yeah, this shit's fucking huge, bro. But yeah, man, it's gotta be hot. Gotta be hot. But what the fuck? Is that a fucking dragon head? What the fuck? Is that encased in like a bronze? That fucker looks real. That shit looks fucking deadly real. Bet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's pretty good, bruh. That's pretty good. I don't know, man. I don't know. See, that shit ain't no rock. That shit's on the rock. That shit ain't no fucking rock. Yo, y'all see this shit? No way. No fucking way, bro. It's a real fucking encased dragon head on some real shit. Dude. Yo, that's crazy, bro. I'm not sure if y'all see that. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, maybe it's just the entrance, but damn. I don't know, that shit look kind of lit, though. That look kind of fucking real, bro. I don't know, man. Trenton Tower. Uh-oh. Let's see. That shit looks pretty cool, though. At least, like, waiting in line isn't so bad. There's a little bit of shade. You can still, like, get a little tan. I don't know how I feel about that. That looks sick, though. That's a good one. This is a good picture. That's really nice. I like this one. That's lit. I know, right? And the sun is setting. Oh, dude, to have like a drink or like a beer right now, bro. Like kicking back with that, bro. That would be fucking. After a long day, just hanging out and shit with the kids. Like, what, bro? Yeah, bro. This is the shot right here. That's the shot. Gotta appreciate that. I like that. Oh shit. Going into the darkness, bro. Gave us a darkness tunnel shot. Going into the Yo, this is a good one though. But bro, like, are you ready for that shit? Like, bro, that shit's gonna be that should be wild, bro. That should be wild. You probably get like a little bit of light every now and then. So don't stick your hands up, bro. Keep your hands on the shit so you don't fly off of the edge like that. Like, don't fall for it, bro. You don't, like, they didn't tell you about that part. You know, you're supposed to be like using your hands right there to like keep yourself in, but like to make yourself go forward and shit. So yeah, be careful when you're fucking getting on that shit, like dangling and shit. Hit them on the side of the little tub right there. Don't do it, bro. That shows how you all fucked up. All right, here's the stairs though. They keep a mister, so they might be a little wet. All right, so don't slip, fool. Hold on to the rail. They give you rails on both sides all the way up, fool. Like, take a hint. For real, because people be acting like they could go up the stairs with all the shit in their hand without holding on to the rail, and then they end up slipping on the step, and then all their shit just be busted. All down the stairs. People feeling bad for them. Shit. Like, now we gotta stop because you fucked up. I mean, they is fucked up, but my bad, bro. I'm not trying to be mean or nothing, but like, we gotta think twice when we going up the stairs with shit in our hands, bro. Come on now. I thought we could like walk and chew gum or something. What's going on with the world? Shit. I hit different. Okay, we gotta watch it. Oh, man. That looks ghetto right there. The other side looks pretty nice. Dubai, guys. You get to experience Dubai right here. 30 seconds of Dubai. Goodbye, Dubai. All right, let's see. This one's pretty cool though. Like, you don't know which one you're getting in until you get in it. It just splits you. Ah, wait. Come back, Fred. Ah. Ah. That shit's funny. That looks pretty cool though, but I don't know. I wouldn't trust it. That's a bad game of Jenga right there. That is a bad game of Jenga. I am not playing, okay? But I will go to the water park. Let's watch it. That shit's kind of dirty though. They could do a little better about that. Let me see. Okay, that looks pretty dangerous. I feel like I hit my head twice. Oh shit. Oh, I'm not doing this one again. Yeah, I feel like I hit my head on that one. That's a beautiful sunset. Is that a sunset? I would have to zoom out. The only way to find out is to go back. All right. I think I got it in my head now. I think I know which one I was facing. This blue one is on the back side. So this is a sunset. Okay. This is a sunset. And that's how we know, because the blue one's on the back side. If we look at it at the water park, the orange one is on the front side, which is the east side. Because remember, if we zoom out, the east is this way on the map. And then west is this way on the map. So and we can zoom back in. And now we can see if we're looking out and the blue is under us and we're looking out, we're looking towards the west. And that's where we would see our sunset. And if we're looking out and we see the orange in front of us, that would be the sunrise. So it's pretty nice. And then you're not far from your house if you live over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the cool part. Get a jet ski, right? Fuck it. But this is a beautiful place. This is Dubai. We've been looking at Dubai, guys. Dubai is all of this shit. Boom. And Dubai has these little... They're building this one right now. There's nothing on it, really. They have, like, the bones of houses. But this is where all the people are, like, staying so they could build this shit every day. So they've been trying to pack the sand in. And they need to make sure they go out, and they need to reinforce the sand, make sure these things are in there, and then they got to finish reinforcing the sand on this big bar right here. They still have to close the gap, and they got to finish the top. And they're trying to make it like the other one over here. Look, they had it here, and they built a bridge, and they left a cut so you can get in and out through the waterway. That's fine. It depends on how you want to. So over here, you can kind of see how they're trying to make this one more resort based, I believe. This one's going to be more private. You can see how it's going to be more secure with these water breaks here. Who knows what they're trying to actually do with this area. This could be a military one. That wouldn't be a bad idea. It wouldn't be a bad idea at all. and then just because these look real technical, oil and stuff like that could be. You can put a lot of tankers along here, like you know what I mean. It's a lot. It's a lot. We should just watch. Yeah. Trust me. Watch this. Google. Y'all don't want to. This is Africa, right? This right here. This is all of the ancient Africa. Really hard to tame ancient Africa. All right, and then this is like that South Africa. All of this is ancient Africa still. All of this green stuff. Very hard to take over. Democratic Republic of what? Congo. This is the difficult peoples. And then Congo even has their own little beach. Look at that. Look at that. These are Congolese right here. Look at that. You don't want to see it, bro. Now, some of these houses are all right. Okay. Some of them are okay. Okay. But you could tell that, you know what I'm saying? You could tell, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Some of these ain't right. You could tell this shit be looking a little, you know, worse for wear up in here. There's some nice ones. But not too bad. But like, look at it's dirt roads. Okay, fine. Is there electricity? I assume. I don't see very many like electrical wires. Oh, that's a pretty big establishment. See, look at that. Boom. What? I know, right? It's weird because it doesn't really look like a neighborhood. But it does, right? Okay. Okay. So some of these are stores. Okay. 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 I'm confused, but let's go with it. A restaurant. Interesting. This is corporate office. Interesting. Oh, a church. That's cool. Let's see what they talk about. Oh, what is this? A marketplace? Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's the little tiny one. I thought it was a big one. I was looking for some. Damn, man. I don't know. I don't know if I want to live there. That's how I feel about that shit. I don't know how I would want if I would want to live in Congo. I think there's better places like America. Now, I was looking for a new place to live in America. And right now, they're about to release a bunch of mosquitoes in Florida, so I'm not going there. They're about to release a bunch in Texas, so I'm not going there. And they're gonna release a bunch in California, so I'm not gonna go there. But I've been thinking about going to Seattle and scooting up to Vancouver and becoming Canadian on the low. And then when they start getting crazy, just scoot on back over. That's what I was thinking. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see what happens. Montana was sounding pretty good because they have mountains and space. I could probably get up one of these little farm things, but it is time for me to shut down. My alarm's going off over here. It's time to get some food. What is this, crop circles and shit? Nah. They're building it like that. But yeah, I think this is where I would probably go, out to Montana. That's where I was thinking, just so I could try to get some farm, have some horses. It's not too hot, you know what I'm saying? It avoids most weather. Look at all these mountains around. Windshields, man. Just hang out one of these areas. Snow comes. Oh man, white girls. Let me shut up. Yeah, where I'm at now. Oh, I'm in this area. I'm just not in Montana. I'm in this area on this side of the line. I need, like, this is like I was over here last year. I was over here in Jackson. It's beautiful. I just didn't like it. And then I drove all the way back with my truck. Drove all the way back through here, and I was like, not staying there, not staying there. Drove through here, hell no, not staying there. Went through here, came through here. Said hell no. I didn't want to go there. I've already been there. I was like, hell no the first time. So then I was scooted all the way through here. Wait, where? Then it went up. We went up. Then we crossed New Mexico. But I stayed down this way. And then I went up here through this way. Then I went through here. Then I went up, through this mountain. Cut this way, went to Vegas. Then I went all the way back down this way, cut through here to Los Angeles. Then I was hanging out here for a little bit. Then I went all the way down here for some clam chowder. Then I went up here to hang out with the homegirl. Then I flew all the way over here. To fucking wait, Massachusetts, man. Yeah, it was right over here. Philadelphia. Yeah. Flew over here to Philly. Then I went to Jersey. Then I went all the way back down to not here. Yeah, I think it was North Carolina. Yeah, then I took the bus back across the nation. And then I met up with the homie in Oregon. And then I went to go visit my sister back in Vegas. And I kind of was just chilling for a little bit. And then I went to an undisclosed location from there. But yeah, man, that's how. But remember, I still went over here too. I had to go visit. But I just went across this water right here when I was in New York. My homegirl, we drove out this way. We were hanging out for a little bit. She drove back, but I took a flight, and I ended up here. I was hanging out with my other homegirl, and then I went back to Vegas. Vegas was always like the back and forth, like home base. I like Vegas. Yeah, San Antonio's not bad. Yeah, the bus, bro. It was a long drive. It really was. Hell yeah, it was, man. It was like 3 days, and that's why I don't like Dallas, because I lost my shit there. Bastards. But thanks for coming, guys. We're gonna do another one tomorrow. We do Monday through Friday around this time. We usually start around like 7 West Coast time, and you can add 3 hours. Usually that's around 10 or 11, you know. For the East Coast, sometimes like that, 9:30 sometimes. So around that time, you feel me? Whoa, 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 whoa. That's funny. That is hilarious. But hey guys, get some rest. All right. Tomorrow's gonna be a great day. Make sure you do some digging. I am going to try to get some. I'm just gonna look. I'm just gonna see what pops up. I'm gonna check on the war again. We're gonna, because next week it's time to fix some more problems. So we're gonna hang out for the rest of this week. Open panel tomorrow. Anybody want to come up can. Just no funny business. You know how it is. Other than that, guys, shit, it's time for me to shut the fuck
Get ready.
up.
My little homegirl put me on. She said, this shit brand new, free flow. Lady rappers been acting like this is not an art. You forgot about that part. Lady rappers been acting like this is not an art. You forgot about that part. Lady rappers been spitting like they ain't got a heart. Because when I step to the game, I rip that shit apart. My evolution with the Gyarados from Magic Carpet. I am finished shopping to the whole world is in my cart. You fucking with me, hit you the roll and play your part. Beneficial functionality and strategize your smart. Emotion to reality, always feel his heart. Only if the universe keeps dealing shitty cards. I'm trying as hard as I can against all of the odds. Pushing as hard as I could is what got me so far. What are my chances of actually reaching the stars? Still, I will never get up tatted over my heart. Never my soul is hiding in my weed up in the jar.
Don't want to understand. If you are not here
when it comes to the game, I'm an eagle, you're par.
Something that's outside of your own mind and accept others' minds and opinions and the way they think for themselves. You do not belong.
Your favorite rapper tried hard, still is a mark.
If you are
still
not
like
trying
fuel
to
the game, watch
be
it
positive,
my lines
if you are not trying to help create solutions while we discuss the problems and how they got here,
barbecue your beef
you
up
do
like
not belong
seats in my
here.
car.
Negativity, hate, disrespect, name calling, those things will not be allowed here on this platform and not in this empire. We are the ones, the true Americans, that want to be free and stand as we have always stood.